This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. So Mal and Rory did their thing. We already kind of reported on that. I'm definitely not paying $2 for that. I saw snippets enough. I saw about like 10 minutes worth of snippets. That's enough. Joe Budden has responded. I always, listen, we don't know what's going on with these guys. We don't know their contract. We don't know anything. But I do know that if you watch the podcast ever, you got the feeling that Joe treated them in the beginning as partners and swayed away from that later. And I always knew that was going to happen because Joe was going so hard. The creators, I'm doing this for the creators. I'm doing this. You're doing this for yourself, man. You're doing this to make money. You're doing this because this is your new career. Music stopped working, and this is his new career. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But Joe should have at least made them a partial partner, 5% each, something. I know Joe should have gotten the majority because he's the guy who started it and it was his idea and everything. He's the founder. But the people that work there should get a percent, like people like Parks, key people, Parks, Rory, Mal, should get 5% of the podcast at least. If Joe wanted to build a network on the side, sure. Have them have their own podcast where they get more of a percentage. There was an easy way to fix that, and people usually don't want to do that. And this is the problem why you never sign to an artist. Because like people like Jeezy and stuff like that, they don't understand how real things are done like this, where, it becomes more of a selfish act. Now, they say Joe became a label. I guess you were making back everything you missed out on. And people play politics. And then he said, Mal said it's his ego. He's a talented dude, but his ego is bigger than his talent. And once you start pushing his ego on your friends, you're drunk off the clown juice. That happens with almost everybody that is an entertainer, unless they can play both hats. I'm sure it happened with 50 Cent. Even he was one of the better rapper CEOs. I'm sure it happened with him too. In fact, we know it happened with him. We saw how he handled certain situations. He didn't handle it in a business manner. He handled it more in an artist manner. But he did good business. I was hiding to church and people will say anything but the truth. That was so funny that Joe Budden I mean, this is funny, but it's not funny for Rory and Mal and Joe. I know that. But it's funny for us because it's just the ridiculous things that are being said is just crazy. Anyways, we'll see how that all plays out with Joe, Rory, and all that. Joe was going on, these guys are mistaken. There was no mistakes with accounting and everything. They're just hurt. Those are my brothers. They're my creators. I love them. You could tell that something funny went on. And I hope they're able to resolve it and move forward. I really do. Maybe they can resolve it and maybe Rory and Mal can at least have a podcast under the network where they own it and they can make something work here. Because you know what? They're all going to be better together. Because Joe, he'll do okay on his own, but he had a certain chemistry with them. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do their own podcast on their own and it's going to have the same effect. Okay, so getting on to the next story because we could that's between them to work out, honestly. I mean, we're just commenting on it. I know that something probably messed up because we've seen this story a million times, guys. Okay, but it's up for them to work out. It's really their business. It's just playing out in the public. Let's get to the next story. So Lil Reese, I guess he's in the hospital. I saw some video. He looked okay. It looks like he got hit up, but what didn't look life-threatening, hopefully. I mean, but of course, Tekashi takes full advantage. And Tekashi jumps in and says, oh my gosh, why did they got him before Quando Rondo? Then they said, it turns out that it was actually a car that was stolen and the guy that owned the car pulled up and wanted his property back, and it turned into gunfire. And Tekashi launched a way to get Lil Reese a car. I mean, and then Reese's family put out, Tekashi said, pray for him. He stole from the wrong person today. You know, we knew Tekashi was going to go in on this. Tekashi doesn't let up, just like 50 Cent never lets up. I'm not comparing the two. They're not the same people, but the way they troll is very similar. Reese's family put up, you know, pray for him, he's in the hospital, you know, and I don't want anything bad to happen to him, but he makes a lot of bad choices. I mean, he's had so many wake-up calls and real things happen to him that I'm shocked that he's still doing stuff like this. You know, it's like, dude, you gotta start these he's not even a kid. I think he's in his 30s. You know, it's like, dude, you gotta start valuing your life or you're not gonna have a life anymore, you know? And that's the sad part about it. These people don't value their life. I mean, this guy just got hit up a year ago. You think he would be playing everything by the book and, you know, putting out music and doing this and just trying to live a life where it's not in jeopardy, you know? But, you know, Tekashi says the curse is real. Rest in peace to all the rappers in heaven. I was like, wow, this guy, we already know he's disrespectful. I mean, you know, it's like nothing's really shocking from what Tekashi says anymore. Kodak Black shares that Drake really supported his release that he recently put out. Kodak Black, you know, quick, put out a release. You know, he's, I thought it was going to be a little quicker. He did drop something around Easter, but, like, he's dropping faster than Bobby Shmurda's dropping. Bobby Shmurda's been home for a minute right now. And all I've seen him do is buy chains and dance. Kodak Black also shares a DM where, you know, Drake's calling him a poet, an oracle. Kodak Black says, I want to be like you. You're the man. And then he says, I want to sign me. Kodak, stop. You know, stop it. And then Drake says, yo, we should really do some music. You're way beyond being signed to me. I mean, I don't think that would not be a good match. Kodak Black has a good situation. Anyways, guys, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will check you guys on the next video. What do you think of the news? I'll check you guys later. Peace.